And let's go.
Hi. I
What?
did it. I did it. I got her to get on a plane. We went. I did my job. We did it.
You did. You
Mm-hmm.
did do it. I
Mm-hmm.
did get on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
Was not my I was not happy about it, but yeah, I got
But
on a
they
plane.
were but they were short plane rides. So it was kind of perfect the way that it was broken up and not just one plane ride.
Look, I had to make it I couldn't let my kid because it was his first time flying.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna put my fear on my kid.
Yeah, for sure.
Um
He was
so
a champ.
he absolutely was like he was fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was cool.
He was a champ and was excited about it for the first plane ride. And then by the second one, he was like, oh,
It was
this is
over it.
cool. Like, but it wasn't like a thing. The first one was like, whoa,
He
they're
did
getting on a
like the
plane.
lights. He
Yes.
liked the lights
Yep.
when we were landing because we landed late.
The
Yeah.
Thursday night. Yeah.
So yeah, he did like that. But
Yep. And
uh,
then he got to see the lights again because we left pretty early on Thursday
yeah,
morning or Sunday morning. Sorry.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was cool. It was very fun.
It was great.
I mean, the plane ride wasn't fun, but it was cool to see him be able to just go with it and
Yeah, for
roll.
sure.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Vindicate. What's up, dude? 2 hours of driving. Yeah, we're gonna hang out for a little while, so that's cool. Kenneth, not to brag, but I got to hang out with the Glens for a day. Thank you, bro.
Thank
It
you
was
for
really
coming and hanging
cool.
out with us. It was cool.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Papa Birch. What's up, Papa Birch?
yeah, what's up, dude? Oh, can you bring it up?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There we go. What's up, Clinton gals?
What's up?
What's up? Uh, if you, I don't know what it's like to go to the games,
Mm-hmm.
but I have to imagine that going to the games and trying to see the people that you want to see is very difficult.
Yeah.
This was like this Super Bowl and everybody was in one spot.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very cool.
Yeah.
Everybody was right there. You were walking
past each other.
Yeah,
like you were
like
just in a regular gym. Just
if you're a fan, and
Mhm.
I'm literally coming at this from because I'm a complete fangirl. So if you're coming at this from a fan perspective, it was awesome
Mhm.
to be able to you just watch people walk around you and you're like,
Yep.
cool. Jody, what's up? Good to see you. Crash is more like Waza.
Yeah,
I-
Wadapalooza.
Is it though?
I think people were saying that it's a smaller, if I remember what Travis was trying to explain to us, it was more like a smaller version of Wadapalooza. Obviously, Wadapalooza is huge. There's usually 3 different locations of stuff going on at the same time. But this one was kind of the same feel of everybody hanging out, everybody, buying merch, buying food, and just sitting down, watching, getting up and going, being outside. Yeah, accessibility to athletes and just being there with everything.
We were walking past, and I didn't even realize this until we got home. But I had been talking to Nick Matthews' family and didn't know it was Nick Matthews' family. Like I was just like walking past, like taking the baby to go get the wiggles out, whatever. And I was literally talking to Nick Matthews' family and didn't know it.
Yep.
So
yeah. At one point, the baby and I were sitting next to Nick Matthews' family. It was during event 1, because we were in the lane watching Jersey Joe. We were in that lane, and then Nick Matthews' family was right was in the next lane over in the next heat. So like we didn't move. We stayed in the same spot. And I realized when we were getting up to leave, all of a sudden I turn around, like Nick Matthews is walking to the crowd behind me, and it was his family, and I didn't even realize it either. Yeah.
You don't. If you go to Crash, if you want the like fan experience, go to Crash. It was absolutely amazing. What we pulled up the first day, walked around the corner, and there's Travis,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, and it's like, hey, hey, and it was so cool. It was just, and Travis kind of was like the one to, I don't
He
know.
took care of us all weekend,
Yeah.
I'll say. Yeah, we spent the most I mean, you definitely spent the most time with him. I was moving around and trying to get the baby, to settle down and hang out and move and whatever, but, Travis took care of us. He was good to us
Yeah,
all
he was good
weekend,
people.
and
He was funny all weekend. A lot of the stories that we have, Travis is definitely
yeah.
in them, and
Yep.
it was fun, and it was really cool.
Mhm.
So what? So we walk up, we meet Travis, we walk in. Nothing is slated to start yet, right?
No, the first day you were ready to go. You were like, "Let's go."
It was CrossFit Christmas to me. I
Yeah,
was
I
like
was
old
tired.
school.
I was exhausted because we got in super late. It took us a while to get our rental car because like their system went down, so they had to do everything, handwritten, old school kind of thing. And so it took us a while to get there, get to our hotel. And then trying to get the baby showered and in bed. I don't think that we were in bed
Nah,
any earlier than like, I don't know, 11 o'clock, maybe 11:45. Like it was
it
late.
was late.
And then this one perks up early the next morning, like, let's go. And I'm like, I am so tired.
I was ready. I was so ready.
Like,
It
I
was
knew
so
we
cool.
were gonna get there and we wanted to get there early. We wanted to like get there on time before everything kind of took off. But because we had gotten there so late the night before, like it just came so fast. I was like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm not ready for this. But got up, got dressed, went and got some food and then drove over. And I think it didn't really hit me until we were walking up to the gym and I was like, "Oh my god, that says crash." That like
Yeah.
actually says the word
And
crash
it's
on
it's
it.
what you think, like, when
Yep.
you see it, when you see the gym, when you see how big
Mhm.
it is, and
Mhm.
it hits you. You're like, "Oh, it's Crash. We're here."
I was like, I got us here. Like I got us
Yeah.
here. We're officially here. And then yes, and then the first person obviously we see um is Travis. Yes. Very accurate statement from Vindicate. Garrett was a kid in a candy store. She was exactly how I was at Wadapalooza the first time.
Yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
for sure.
100% she was. And we saw Travis, hung out with him for a little bit, obviously got some swag, that's what we do, and then walked back to go put the swag in the car so we didn't have to carry it. And then finally turned around and came in and went into the gym on
It's fun to be a fan,
Friday. Yeah.
right? It's fun to be a fan.
Mhm.
So we walk into the gym and it's larger than life.
Yep.
Everything is larger than life. Um,
Machines everywhere.
yeah.
Like so cool.
Uh, they have everything laid out on the floor. Everything's ready to go.
Yep.
And you just walk in and it's like, oh, okay. And there's athletes walking around, JR's walking around. It's amazing.
Mhm.
And so we hung out we were just sitting under the rig, I think. And then we look over
Yes.
and
Yeah.
then there is the Sevan booth,
Yeah, the setup of
right?
where the
Like
broadcast's gonna
they're
be.
all set up
Yep.
and chilling.
Yep.
And Pedro and all of them are just like hanging out.
Wait, did we meet? It's so funny. It was only a couple days ago, but like part of it is such a blur. Like, did we meet Pedro first? Was he the first one that we met?
I mean, we met Vindicate first,
No,
but
I meant of the
like
broadcast.
the
Yeah.
bot, yeah, Pedro.
Pedro was first.
Yeah, you waved.
I caught. So he was sitting with Will, I think was over there, and I think they were the only two people over there at the time. And
Yeah,
Ortega
was
or was
running around.
Ortega first?
Might have been.
Ortega might have been first.
But Ortega's like a blur. Like Ortega just
Because Ortega was everywhere.
yeah,
It was
he
so
just
cool.
goes
Every time I turned
no matter
around,
where
like
you
he was there, he would say hi in the middle of taking pictures and videos or whatever, he'd always just turn around and like smile at us. Like
Yeah.
Ortega was literally everywhere. So Ortega might have been first because like remembering where we were standing, and then
and you just know Ortega.
We looked over and Pedro came over first with JR, and then Ortega was right there. But yeah, so Pedro was sitting at the table completely across where the athlete floor was.
Yeah, you waved to him.
And I just was he was like, oh shit. And then he gets up and he walks over and comes and says hi. We saw JR, which was really cool. We just wanted to say hello. And JR was the one that was like, does everybody know that you guys are here? And in my head, I look at her and I'm like,
why?
Wait, no, it was more like, wait, he knows who we are? Like,
yeah.
like JR actually knows who we are. Like, I know everybody else does because we've talked to them. We've talked to Pedro. We've talked to Bill and Tyler. We've literally talked to everybody.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, JR knows who we are?
Yeah.
And like, so I think that was like a very cool moment for me, was like, oh shit.
And the
boss knows who we are. So
and it is cool. And they all came. As a fan, I don't even know how to explain it, right? But it's just, part of me feels like they don't know how much we appreciate them, and how long we've watched all their stuff, and just so it almost looked like they were a little bit confused that we were fans, but we are fans because it's just, we've been watching you like forever. And it couldn't have been cooler. Like it just, when Pedro came up, and then JR was
serious question.
Isn't JR so dreamy in person? I mean, he is, but he's also very funny. Yeah. He is. But all you guys are, though. Like, what did they ask us? Like, what was the most surprising thing? Of course, it's how tall I am, of course. And then
me.
How tall you are.
Yeah, because Ortega told us that he thought that I was going to be super tall and super skinny. And he was like, but she kind of works out. I was like, I work out a lot. So he wasn't expecting that I was going to be as muscular and strong as I am or whatever. But that was fun for me. Ortega was like, no, you were supposed to be skinny and tall.
Kenneth the Lap. Travis is pretty hunky too. Yeah, I mean,
you guys really all are.
It kind of is. The meeting. Oh God, I was gonna go into so many different places, but Caleb, Caleb's hot. Like, if you meet Caleb in person, Caleb's hot.
Oh my gosh. Like, are you going to skip right away and just tell the Caleb story, or are you going to wait till we talk about everybody else?
No, it's fine. We'll just jump around. But so,
well, you start with the picture that you have of the baby and his shining moment, right?
Oh yeah.
We'll start there.
I was the biggest thing is I was so proud of my kid. He did so good, and he ended up coming out of this being like friends with Kyra Milliken. Like, they were he rooted for her all weekend.
There was a point, and we were hoping that you were going to hear it on the broadcast.
Yeah.
But during the first event, it was during the pill event. So the first event on the second day that we were there, she was taking a break from the pull-ups or the chest to bar or whatever. Yeah. And you hear my son go, Kyra, you can do it. And she looks over to him and smiles at him and waves. And it was like, we were with, is his name Tom? I think Tom was another guy that was there taking pictures or whatever. We all
and it was just sweet.
We all looked at each other. I looked at her and I looked at him. The guy looked at us and was like, that was really sweet. And Garrett and I looked at each other and was like,
I might
cry that he is just
he was on his own. He was doing his thing. He loves her. He wanted to talk to her. It was just very sweet.
Got the card signed for her, or
by her.
Yeah. And That one was precious, I guess you could say.
Yeah, he is a ladies' man.
Oh my God, Jody, it's ridiculous.
And he was by her side all weekend long. And
Every
she
time,
was, yep.
every time that she was not working out, he's like, "Where's Kyra? Where's Kyra?" And
He went with,
you
and
can't
sat with her for a little bit.
like you can't talk to her the whole time.
It was cool.
But then at one point we did walk over. She was finished an event, walked over and gave her a couple of minutes because she was talking to, I don't know if it was another like training partner or part of her camp or whatever. And he kind of snuck himself over and sat down and talked to her. And she was like, "Thank you so much, bud, for cheering for me and whatever." And then I just looked up and Caleb was standing right there, and we caught each other's face, and I walked over and I was like, "Oh my God, it's so nice to meet you." I gave him a hug. And
so while my wife is giving her a hug, Travis looks at me and he's like, "Yo, G, look over there." And I look straight across the room and there's Caleb hugging my wife. And I'm like, "Oh, hell no, bro. We haven't even shaken hands yet. Like, what's happening right now?"
She was just more jealous that I hugged Caleb before she did.
Kind of.
I mean, tell the truth.
Because Caleb's hot.
Tell the truth.
I ran over there and I'm like, "Hi." Like, "Hi, I'm here too." Because you're hot. I get it. I pimped you out all weekend.
Oh my gosh. You did not.
I did.
You did not.
But it was, again, it was very cool. And I just laughed with him and it was funny and we had a good time. And he's also super tall and fuck, I'm tall. Like, he's a giant.
Yep.
So that was very cool. And just hung out for a little bit. We laughed. Everybody is just so, like, I don't know. Whatever.
Every single person.
Yeah. It was the atmosphere and the people and the way that they, Pedro, there's so many stories. Like, they're all so cool. And I don't think they understand, again, how much they mean to us and how hype we are when we get to meet them. Like, so it was very cool. And then, the other one was the Bill Grunler. The Bill Grunler story is amazing. When he walked in the door and we looked at each other and I was like, "Oh, you're my height."
They were eye to eye.
We were eye to eye. And I was like, "Oh, we're the same size."
And she was like, "I was not expecting you to be eye to eye with me." And he's like, "I'm not short." Like, everybody thinks I'm short because everybody thinks that him and, like, he's Sevan. He's like, "I am not short." And it was so funny. Like, we were just standing by the door. We were just hanging out and we like turn around. It was like turn around and holy shit, Bill Grunler and
Tyler Watkins.
Just walking.
Buford was in the house.
And they both
with a bag of eggs.
2 bags of eggs. 2. He had 2 bags of eggs. But it was the funny, like, if you could have gotten it on film, like, it was the funniest thing. I think every time that one especially, but I think every time that we like locked eyes with someone and they realized that we were there, it was like, oh my God, the eyes got big, the teeth came out, the smiles, and it was like, hey.
Even if you didn't know the person, it was very cool.
Yeah.
Like, you were still able to just, everybody was so just, hey, yes, of course, you know me. Yay. Cool. Like, and it was just awesome. And the Bill Grunler one, when we asked Tyler to sign the Sevan shirt, he was like, "Hey, Bill, can you hold my bag of eggs?" And I was like, "Hey, Bill, bet no man's ever asked you that before." And Bill was like, "Surprisingly, they have." Like, it was very cool.
Yeah. Every single person.
Dick Butter, what's up, dude? Caleb is my favorite for meeting the Sevan so far. He was
so chill, so cool. That they all are.
They all
are very, very cool.
It was very cool. Jody Land, eggs, mischief night. No, it was literally his breakfast. He just had his breakfast in
bags.
Yeah, in a Ziploc baggie.
Yep.
And it was cool.
Yes, my wife was featured most times on the stream. You saw her a bunch of times, especially because she was in the first day, she was in the bright blue JY Barbell shirt. So she stuck out literally like a sore thumb. Everybody could see her. They gave her some time on
that's cool.
The live stream, and then Sevan
I
talked
didn't
about
even
her for a
know.
couple minutes, and it was like, oh shit.
I thought I was in trouble only because I was talking to another woman on the stream, and you and the baby were sitting.
Yep.
Yeah, so nobody could see it. And Vindicate, we'll get there. Hold on, we'll get there. There's definitely bathroom moments for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, I thought that I was gonna get shit for but I think the internet kind of glitched, so you don't really. It's just me kind of frozen, but it was cool. Yeah, right. How hot my wife is. Yeah, I know. I'm aware. I'm very much aware how lucky I am, for sure.
Well, we're slowly watching now. We're watching the feed because we're just nosy. We want to hear like what everybody is saying and that kind of stuff. And then was it Judy that was like, "Hey, Garrett, you're on the live stream or whatever." So
yeah,
now,
she messaged me. She's
so
like,
now we just are going back.
I got in trouble immediately. I was like, I'm in trouble.
You're not in trouble. You're not in trouble.
No, it was cool.
And so now we're just going back, and we're almost playing a game like, oh, there I am, there you are, there's the baby. Like it's cool to just also watch it and just be like, holy shit, I was there a couple days ago. Like I was actually in. We all, if we went to semis once, right after the baby was born, the one in Albany, back in, it would have been 2017 that we went, and it was very cool, but not the same,
not like this,
because like it was vendor village. Like if you think about like a semis in the when it becomes like with the elite athletes, I don't know how to fix that.
I don't know how to do it. I can't do it. It doesn't do it for me. So
but it's all about vendor village. And yeah, it's really cool to be in the stands and be like, oh shit, Patrick Vellner's down there, or like Katrin Davis' daughter was there, and just being huge fans of the sport, like, holy shit, they're right there. But this was a whole nother level. And yeah, we were there to see the athletes compete and have a really good throwdown, but we really were there to meet the crew. And so for us, it was
I wanted to see what they do. Like I wanted to see how they run the broadcast, how it's set up. I wanted to see all that. That was my nerd brain. I just wanted to know how they did it. And it was very cool that they let me see it. It was awesome. It was very fun.
So that interaction was fun. And then we had went outside to just walk around, and we were in the front part of the building. So if you walk up to the building and you go to the right, that's where the entrance is. But then there's the main front part where all, like the rest of the parking is. So we just kind of were walking in front of the building, and all of a sudden we hear, "What's up, ladies?" And we turn around, and it's fucking Matt Souza and John Young.
Dude, in the car.
Trying to find a parking spot and whatever. And we both were like, holy shit, it's Matt Souza. Like we were so like shocked because of that, or surprised. And so they parked the car, came over, and
it was a big hug.
They gave us a huge hug and was like, thank you so much for being here, and thank you guys for everything. And we're just looking at each other like,
John gave me the side hug though. Like John,
the bro hug,
yeah.
Like what's
it was
up?
like the side where like the front of
the
like,
shoulders touch.
Yeah, Souza gave me like that hug,
like yep.
And I was like, I love you, John. Like I do love you.
John.
Come here, John. No, he's the man. It was funny. It was great. And then we walked away, and he's like, "Yo, hope we get to do a podcast." And I was like, "Yeah. I love Jesus. I'm ready to talk about the Lord." And he was like, "No, I wasn't talking about that."
And Souza fell out. It was
a good day.
It was so funny. We got to meet baby Rios. Patrick Rios had his baby.
Yeah, the
there.
Christian hug. Yeah, the Christian husband hug.
Yep.
That was that. And I respect it. I'm there for it. I get it. I know. Don't hug a woman like that when you're married, for sure. Yeah, Vindicate at Crash, you are literally on the floor with everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you are, and just like you said, like we met the Rios baby.
Yeah, baby
Like,
Rios. Ortega brought baby Rios
yeah,
over to me, and I was like, oh
her
my
uterus
God.
immediately started.
I'm like, I want another baby.
It was
No,
no
Jody.
Jody.
No, we did not. She thought about trying to for a split second.
And I was like, yeah.
But at the end, honestly, for us, by the end of day one,
it's a lot.
We were both exhausted.
And we weren't even doing anything. It's not like we were streaming anything. It's not like we were Pedro or Ortega or Rios or Brandstetter or
we were just
or
hanging
Souza.
out. Yeah.
It wasn't, we weren't doing anything. We were literally hanging out. And by the end of that day, we were tired.
Yeah, so what we did the first day is we really wanted, and another reason why we got there early was because I have the shirt. I don't have it with me at the moment, but it was important for us to get everybody that's a part of the crew to sign one of our t-shirts. And it's the t-shirt of the OG logo that I made before Travis created this badass one that we have now.
Before
Travis came into the picture. So it's just a circle of a G and a T on it. And we wanted everybody to sign the shirt because I'm going to put it in a frame, and I'm actually going to put it like right over here so we can have it.
Yeah.
So it was important for us to get there the first day because we wanted to catch everybody before they got into working, before they really started to get busy. So anytime that I saw someone, I'm like, oh, nope, go. Oh, nope, go.
Yeah.
It was literally like
cool.
ping pong. It was like, he's over there, he's over there, he's over here. Let's go here. We got Will, we got Taylor, we got Bryson, which was so funny because she was like, hey, Bryson, you want to sign my shirt? And everyone's like, oh, Bryce, look at you getting some attention or whatever. Like, it was really funny. But that was our main goal for the first day, was just to say hello to everybody, thank everybody for everything, get everybody to sign, get all of our cards signed the first day, because she brought 4 cards to get signed. And then we really just were fans and got to just be there. And we saw Jersey Joe, got to hang out with him for a little bit and his sponsors, but just hang out.
Yeah.
And we, again, weren't expecting to see anybody. Occasionally,
everybody else was just hanging out too. Yeah.
Yeah. They would run by and whatever. And we're like, are you good? Do you need anything? My wife tried to help clean up the gym and JR told her no. Like, absolutely not.
I really wanted to. I was going to take out the garbage for them because I was just like, oh, you guys are all running around. I'll take it. And he was about to tell me. And then he was like, no, don't. No. Yeah. And I was like, but I'm very capable of taking the garbage out. But I tried.
We tried to help and whatever. So that first day, we really just kind of did that. And again, we weren't really expecting to be able to spend that much time with anybody else because, again, it's a big event. And what they do, you guys obviously saw on the stream that they were going from floor to floor. But what they did is they literally had to unplug everything.
Yep.
Pick everything up, move it to the other side of the gym, put everything back up, get ready. Sevan always wanted to be on about 20 minutes before the main heats were starting to go on and whatever. And then it was like,
the way they moved their studio around was crazy.
Brilliant. I always said, like, so normally when the big guys would finish or the girls would finish, we'd go outside. Like, let's take the baby outside for a walk up and down the parking lot, go get some fresh air and whatever. We were gone 15 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, and they were ready to go.
And they were already ready to go.
Yeah.
And I love the story. JR was telling us a quick story about, or I was like overhearing something or whatever, where it's like an athlete asked, like, what happens if you get behind? And he's like, we don't get behind.
Yeah.
And when
if you run behind, the schedule runs behind. And he was like, no,
not at all.
No, we don't run behind. And we looked at each other like, yeah, you don't run behind. And he doesn't.
Those times that he gave that it was like, it starts at this time and ends at this time, JR Howe literally ended our second day at 7:06 or whatever, 7:05 or whatever that number was. He was not lying because what he does is as soon as the heat is done, so even if they finish before the time cap, so say one heat finishes, it's the 18-minute time cap, they finish at 16 minutes. He lets the clock finish out the 18 minutes. And then from there, I think it's like a 2 or 3 minute clock. He has
a 3 minute clock that goes.
Yep.
And then,
yep. To set for the next one. And in 3 minutes, if you're not ready in 3 minutes, then
oops,
you miss it.
You're bad.
So, I mean, he literally, it was like this,
It was
move this. And if they're on the turf, his whole crew is behind him setting up the floor by the rig, or setting up the floor, setting up the ropes,
and like meticulously too.
yes.
Like it's measured out. Like JR even said, like, hey, are we gonna eyeball this? And they were like, no.
Yeah,
and
it's pretty much like, JR, go do what you do. Let us do what we're gonna do.
Yeah, Vindicate for sure. It's the most well-oiled machine. His members, yeah, and I even said to one of his workers, I was like, what you guys do is like otherworldly. How you guys do this, and like
it just ran so smooth, and it was so cool.
But yeah, if you're a fan and you want to go somewhere, like it was really cool. We got to talk to Lizzie, Taylor's wife, Lizzie. She was super cool.
She was the boss.
Yeah,
she was
amazing.
The boss over there.
And she ran a tight ship, and nobody, like, I feel like I heard somewhere that something was like, oh, Taylor's wife is the head judge. Nah, bro,
I'm telling
you,
she
repped everybody, and I'm pretty sure she repped Taylor at one point, or
in the first event. If you see her, he finishes the snatches and walks back to where the rings are and kind of crouches down, and you see her. She walks right up and says something to his judge and says something to him. And I'm like, she don't play favorites. She don't fuck around.
Lizzie's no joke, and she was cool.
She's the sweetest thing ever. And when we asked,
but she don't play. She don't play.
When we asked for a picture and then you asked for her to sign it, she was like, oh my God, really? Me? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Like, we were so excited to meet her too. And I was like, we look like twins. And she's like, it's a redhead thing. And I was like, that's what's up. Yeah, no, she
had her game face on, and she was ready to go, and she was fire. Kenneth lap. I don't know whose game face was more intense, Lizzie or Taylor. Yo, and Taylor walking around, I forget when it was. What was it was the games where like Matt Frazier is walking around and somebody says he looks like a tiger in a cage. And
it was when they were lifting. Him and Scott Panchak were lifting.
Yep. And like, no joke, that's what Taylor looks like.
If you don't catch him in a very small window when he first gets to the event,
like
you can't, because he is so zoned in and focused that he does not fuck around.
It was cool to see.
Yeah, because we got him.
He would always
quick.
He would always, like, if you walk past him, he'll give you a fist bump. Right? Like,
because you saw him more than I did.
I wasn't even trying to talk to him, but I'd walk past him and he would just give me a quick fist bump, and it was like cool. And then he would just he's dialed in, he's focused. It was fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch the shit talk. I guess the big thing is the look back at Ibarra when I don't care. That was fire in public. The whole crowd was like,
we were insane.
Yeah. We were like, oh, we were
insane. We were yelling so loud. I was on my tippy toes, like throwing my hands up because we had accumulated like a little small group or whatever.
Yeah.
And we were screaming so loud. And I was like, I might have just ended up on the broadcast or whatever, because we were I probably was like off to the side like this from the broadcast people, from their broadcast set or whatever. So, but
and the Mets are in the league 6-1.
Oh, my
nice. Thank you.
My kid is definitely telling me that the Mets are winning right now. He might be a good play-by-play guy.
He would be.
Yeah. Okay.
But we were, oh my God, we were screaming and yelling so loud during that foot race.
It was,
and then but my favorite part, and I mean, you made a really good point. So we're screaming. Taylor slides it in and he wins. And we're like, yeah. And we're slapping hands with each other like we did something.
Dude, all of us were. All the fans were like, and it really was.
I think Tyler and I were like, that's what's up and whatever. And then I was thinking about it later and I was like,
We didn't do
We
anything.
didn't do shit, but she's
But that's
like,
what you do as fans. Like, fuck that. When the Giants score, I slap high five. Like,
Yep.
we did that shit. What?
Yep.
No,
Mhm.
that's how you, that's a fan. That's what you're doing as fans. And then you got the other fans yelling, "Go, Chris, don't let that motherfucker win," whatever
Yep,
they're yelling
yep.
at him, blah, blah, blah. Like, it makes the sport fun. That's a
It
sport.
was so that moment was probably my favorite moment of the entire weekend.
There were
It was
so many races
good.
like that, though. Like, yes, there was the Taylor Ibarra race. You had the first two events were the Colton Taylor races.
Yep.
There was some. It wasn't like for first place for the women, but there were some really good. If you cared and you followed, there were some really good races for, like, you know, second, third place, or whoever had, like, the Lindsay Lane, Fee Sagafi race.
Yep.
Like, that was fucking fun too.
Brittany
Like, you
Wise
were just like,
too,
okay, let's
and
go.
Yep. And what's her name? The little one, Lydia. Is it Lydia?
Lydia Fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her and Brittany were going in back and forth and whatever, and it was really, really cool.
It's the fan experience is amazing.
Mhm.
It just is. And like, to be, like Travis said, I was a kid in a candy store. You just ran around and everybody's just there. It's
Mhm.
cool. It's
Yeah.
fun. You like getting to talk to Souza. I got to talk to Souza twice.
Yep.
It was amazing. And they're all willing to talk to you. It's
Mhm.
not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I saw JR stop and talk to people, and it definitely was not about the gym. He was definitely talking to people.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Mhm.
Um,
It was really cool. And you know, the second day, I think everybody kind of settled in a little bit. You know, the first day is like intense and you're trying to figure everything out and make sure that you're on time and make sure everything works correctly and whatever. But I feel like that the second day we were really kind of able to connect with people more. You know, at one point Tyler was on the computer and we just you know, asked him real quick, because then day 2 was like, if we can get pictures with people, great. That was kind of the goal for day 2, was try to get pictures with everybody. And so Tyler was at the computer and we were like, hey, you know, can we grab a quick picture? And you stood up with him and took a picture. And then you were like, thank you so much. And we started to walk. He's like, nah, I could talk. Like, it's cool. Because we didn't want to be disruptive to what he was doing. And he sat and talked to us for a little bit. And it was really cool to just talk about how he has seen Crash grow and how they're so excited to be here to help Crash grow. And it's not just about the athlete experience, is not just about the exposure of JR's gym and Crash and his programming and that kind of stuff, but it's like the fan experiences, it's us being there, it's all of these stories of, you know, tell your story on how you got to Crash or
That's
what
cool.
you thought of Crash, because that's exactly what gets more people to want to go to make it even bigger than it already is. And it's already grown so much from the first year. You know what I mean?
Judy Reed, is Kenneth DeLapp as cool in person? Okay, so we'll get into the, like, we're all just meeting each other. So the Vindicate, Travis brought it up at the beginning. So yeah, there were some there. Okay, so we'll start with the first day. So the first day, there was a couple of bathroom stories. We'll start with the first one, which is my kid who has to go to the bathroom, and so he, obviously, I'm not going in the men's room. There's
at that point, there were like a bunch of men in the bathroom at the same time. Yep.
Like, whatever. I mean, honestly, when they open the door, because I guess men don't care, so they just throw the bathroom door open. But the urinal is right where, if the bathroom door is open, you can see it.
Yep.
So I've seen too many men
peeing.
Yeah. But cool. So my kid goes in there and I'm standing there and I'm like, okay, fine. Like, you're going to go into the bathroom by yourself. And he really had to go. So he went in there. So I'm like, okay. And I'm waiting outside and it's taking a little bit longer. Travis walks up to me. I was like, yeah, he is. And Travis was like, I'll go check on him for you. And I was like, thank you, dude. Appreciate you. So Travis goes in there and so I'm sitting there, I'm waiting. I'm like, okay, like whatever. Travis comes out laughing his fucking head off. And it like so our kid literally had to poop. So he told whoever was about to go into the actual stall, "Hey, I gotta poop," or "Excuse me, sir, I have to poop," or
Mhm.
something like. And
Mhm.
so just goes in there and has to poop. And as he's in there, he starts talking to another guy, and he's like, "Hey, Joe Biden's still alive." And I was like, "Oh, I talk way too much to my kid about shit. Like, yes, he's still alive. Yeah, yeah, he's not doing anything, but he's still alive. It's fine."
He was having full-blown
But
conversations
yeah,
with
he
people in the bathroom
yep,
while he was
with
pooping.
grown ass men that
Mhm.
like he was just and all the guys like they came out, they're like, "Oh, is that your kid? He's fucking hysterical." Like he
Mhm.
just it was very cool for him to, I guess, poop in a public bathroom. I
Well, I
don't
was
know.
asking you if he was singing because sometimes he sings to
Yeah,
himself when
that's
he
cool.
poops. I was like, is he got the whole crowd singing with him? Is he pooping in there?
But no, there was he talked to a couple dudes in there, and those dudes that he talked to were
Became our friends.
we were friends all weekend. It was great. And Travis like
We became friends.
um
Yep.
so it was very funny. And then yeah, I'll tell my story too, because that's another I looked at Travis, I was like, "Hey, is there any like side bathrooms anywhere else that's not?" And he's like, "No, this is it. It's a girl's bathroom and guy's bathroom." I was like, "All right, well, going into the girls' bathroom, let's roll." Uh, when I went in the first time, there was a girl that pretty much like made me look not butch.
Mm.
And so I was like, "Okay, we're good for the whole weekend.
We're
The
good.
whole weekend's fine."
Yep.
And it just was fine for the whole weekend. So yeah, the whole atmosphere, like when I say the energy and the atmosphere and it it was just everybody was just so cool. It was it was great. Everybody
Mhm.
was great. It was just amazing.
Mhm.
What was the other one? The Kenneth DeLapp story. Okay, so
Day 2.
day 2, Kenneth DeLapp gets to crash. And yeah, man, like he is a solid dude.
Mhm.
He's the dude that you think, right? Like he is standing there talking to Travis when we get there. Uh it was just funny because like everybody in the chat, like you guys, like you guys are all OGs, right? Like I can look at this chat right now and be like Sarah Cooper, Madeline Adams, Judy Reed, Jody, Vindicate, like Dick Butter, whoever, like all you guys in the chat, like I know your names. I might not know your faces, but I know your names. So if you were like, "Hey, I'm Judy Reed," I'm gonna be like,
Oh shit.
"It's Judy fucking Reed.
Mhm.
Let's go."
Mhm.
So when Kenneth got there, it was like he I don't think he also understood how well known he's
Yeah.
Kenneth fucking DeLepp.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, so I don't think he knew how excited people would be to meet him or whatever. And it's just like, dude, people don't know your face.
Say your full name.
Say
You
your
have to say
fucking name.
your full name.
Say your name. Like you know what I mean? And as soon as he did, everybody was just like Tyler was like, "Oh fuck, it's Kenneth DeLapp." Like,
Bill Grunler was
Bill
like,
Grunler's
"Oh shit,
"Dude,
man,
I
what's
know
up?"
you. You're Kenneth DeLapp."
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And it was
Yep.
just Souza. He went over to Souza and started talking to Souza. And Souza's like, "Kenneth DeLapp, like, let's go."
And then Souza walked with him over to
Yeah.
get Colton's to sign his belt.
Yeah,
which was really cool.
We all got to be fans, and it was so funny. But the thing is the community. I think that Sevan has built, and that you guys have built. The chat. I mean, like that you guys have built, and
Mhm.
like the community that you guys have made is shit, guys. It's fire. Like you guys are fire, and
Mhm.
it is just so fun to see everybody kind of interact with each other and get to meet each other and it was cool. It just was. It was so fun.
Mhm.
Go to Crash. Like it, you know what I mean? Go to just fucking
It's
go to
the
Crash.
place. Yeah.
Go to Crash.
Yeah.
Like that's Vindicate. Pretty sure CrossFat was there, but will not reveal who he is. Yeah, wasn't Mason Mitchell there? I feel like Mason Mitchell was there too.
I get that, but some people have to keep their reputation, you know.
D Reed. I lost my mind. I lost my mind when I did meet Judy. Yeah, fuck yeah, I will too. I lost my mind when I met Jody. I met Jody
Yep.
at the beginning of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Lost my freaking mind.
Yep.
I'll meet my I want to get there's many places I can go that I can get like you guys to sign the shirt and it just be like like it's freaking cool. It's fun. So yeah, it was shut up. You're married to did I not? Oh shit. D Reed, Judy Reed, D Reed. Okay, I get it. I get it. I got it. Fire, fine. Fine.
Oh, we missed that. We missed that connection,
I missed
honey.
it. I missed it. My bad, dude. My bad. I get it. Also, your kid died. Like I saw the reel of him doing his dives at his college. That was fire. He's fire. God bless y'all.
Judy, let us know when you're gonna travel
Yeah.
back to New York.
Mm-hmm. What is this? Sarah Cooper, Mason's
girlfriend was competing.
Oh, that's cool. What's his girlfriend's name? I was so bad. I embarrassed myself in front of who? Who was it that I didn't know who she was? And I should have. Carolyn Stanley.
Yes.
I was rooting for Taylor and she was rooting for Colton and we were going back and forth or whatever. And then she left and my wife was like, yo, that was Carolyn Stanley. I was like,
yep.
Okay. Also, I don't care. Go Taylor. Like,
it's okay. I have to give myself a little bit of credit because I was the one that was like, hey, that's so-and-so. Hey, that's so-and-so. Hey, that's so-and-so. And she's like, wait, who? And then there was one athlete that pissed me off all weekend because I could not figure out who it was. And I'm like, you know who it is. He's super strong. He did the complex, blah, blah, blah. It was Anthony Davis.
Oh, yeah. He was in
Anthony
the crowd.
Davis
yeah,
was
that's
there
the guy we didn't.
Because he was with the girl that was wearing the
She was jacked as fuck too.
That was wearing the military shirt that you were like, oh shit, if I was actually in CrossFit shape, that's probably what I would look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was jacked as shit too. Like she was, oh my God.
Listen, the athletes that he had competing, it was a good show. It was so good.
Yo, and it's not wrong to be like, I'll say this. To walk around there and not be like, oh my God, look at that person's muscles, look at that person's legs, look at that person, like to not comment on people's bodies. It's so hard to just stare at. Yeah.
Not stare. Yep.
Right. You can't help it's fucking amazing watching them walk around. And I don't know. I don't feel like I was disrespectful talking about it, but it's amazing. Like I met John Young in person. His ass is everything that people say that it is.
His shoulders are so big. They just are like.
I don't know how he's not at the CrossFit Games. His ass is just like, it's so big. And I'm a fan, dude. Like I'm not even like I'm a legit fan. But that boy is built and it's okay. I feel like it's okay.
His upper body was strong.
But you look at his legs and his ass.
Like, I wasn't expecting his upper body to be that big.
Damn, dude. Like just same way that when I saw Bill Grundler and he was tall, it was the same shit. I was like, oh fuck, I wasn't expecting that, but okay, let's go. Like it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was Jack Vindicate for sure.
Yeah.
Sarah Cooper, JY did a great job. I didn't hear a lot of the broadcast, but I guess what I have heard floating around, it's your first time. And I definitely at some point, like I want to talk to I do want to talk. I'm obviously going to talk to John Young again, but I do want to talk to like Chase and Bill and it doing a podcast and then being a play-by-play or color commentator. I don't think I knew what either one of those were until I talked to Chase and Bill on the podcast. Like, and having it be, they are in a truck. They have people talking in their ear about what they can and can't say. You know what I mean? Like, it's so different, but I don't know. I liked it. We tried to do a live and talk about a live competition on our show at one point, and it was the it's most difficult shit.
You and Travis did it.
Yeah, me and Vindicate did it. Yeah.
It was one of the only ones that
And
I wasn't here.
I think Travis was fine. I was a hot fucking mess. I didn't know what I was looking at. I don't know if I was commenting on like pants colors or what they were.
I always say too, it's got to be difficult when you're a fan too, and you just want to shout and you just want to like pick it up, keep going, let's go, you're almost there and whatever. And so I'm sure that takes practice to learn how to not do that when you're on a broadcast or whatever, because we all are like, come on, you're almost done, let's do it, let's go. So
we were kind of like yelling with him at the time too. It's not even like he was yelling by himself. We were all like, let's go. You know what I mean? So
it was,
I thought he did great. I just take into consideration that it's his first time. Your first time, how good are you on your first time? You know what I mean? It takes a minute to got to learn the person you're working with, got to learn the scenario that you're in. You got to, the lighting, the timing,
the pace,
baby, the pace. Yes. Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So yeah, no, it was great. I loved every second of it. I think I told Kenneth this, but I wish that old school, when you're watching, like back in the day, watching baseball or whatever, and you would have, the transistor radio so you could hear the commentary and then watch it live. I wish I had brought headphones so I could have kind of listened to the commentary as I was watching it live. That would have been cool. But yeah, it was super fun. It was if you want a good fan experience and you want to everybody walks around and everybody's just friends. Like,
I mean, my kid ran up to Dale and Pepper and
hugged his fucking leg
and got him to take a picture or to sign his card.
Right? Yeah, that was cool.
Jason Hopper. He ran over to Jason Hopper and was like, did he call him Mr. Hopper? Or no, he called Dallin Mr. Dallin Pepper. Can you
Mr. Dallin Pepper,
Can you sign my card, please, Mr. Dallin Pepper? Yeah. And it's like, and these guys were nothing but nice. The second day I did get a picture with Dallin by myself.
Yeah, she did.
I was like, because he was talking to someone, so I didn't want to be disrespectful. And I was like, hey, Dallin, excuse me, can I just get a quick picture with you? And
Jeremy, I'm old, but I remember my first time. Yeah, fuck yeah. Like,
and he was the nicest person ever. And I was, I took the picture and I was like,
say Dr. Pepper.
I know, right? I was like, thank you so much. I appreciate it. He's like, yeah, absolutely. No problem. And Jason was super nice too when we took a picture with Jason. And
yeah,
I mean, everybody was just really cool. And I'm very, very happy that I got you on a plane.
Yeah. I'm not a plane person.
No, because it
was cool though.
It really was an experience that
that
we didn't want to miss. You've been doing this for a very long time, and I say this to you all the time. You have cultivated and you have become part of this group, and they have welcomed you in, and they have welcomed me in, and you have done all of this to get here. And I think Tyler
Any snakes on the plane? No, thank God.
I think Tyler said it on one of the nights with Sevan. Yeah, absolutely. Bill was great.
He was great. That's what he does. He's just like, to be able to think on your feet like that. There's no script. They're not looking at a script. There was not. I don't even know. I don't think they had notes. From what I saw, there was no even notes that I saw. Like, they were just talking, and it was very, very cool.
Yep.
Vindicate, I am not going to every event. There's no way.
No, but she did say, and I will put this in the atmosphere, is that she said that Crash might officially be our family vacation every year. So,
and I kind of want to go to Crescendo too. I'm not gonna lie.
Crescendo or one of the semi.
Jeremy World, who's your favorite, Dallin or Jason? Dude, they were kind of just this, like they're the same kind of energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're definitely they're a cool group. They're just the same kind of energy. But Dallin kind of looks like he could be my wife's little brother, so that was funny. I just you know what I mean? Like he's kind of a redhead.
I don't know why, but I felt like I could have been related to a lot of them. The way that they looked. So Taylor,
even
obviously,
Lizzie, like Lizzie
Taylor,
for sure.
Lizzie. I do say that Tyler looks like my oldest brother.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I was like, holy shit, he looks just like my older brother, who also used to be a radio personality and everything like that. But yeah,
extra sloppy. Yo, Crucible look like a blast. Maybe someday for us. Yeah, dude.
it's so fun.
If you want to go see your favorite people and have a family experience and just be able to walk around like a fan and like talk
like
to
it's so chill, but it's so intense at the same. Like it's such a cool experience.
The athletes aren't playing around.
No,
like they're
the
there to
competition
fucking
is
win.
there.
Like for
Yeah.
sure. But it also is like, even if you're not trying to get autographs or whatever, you are literally walking around with their family members and them. Like it was very cool.
Yep.
This is hilarious. Bernie Gannon, what's up, bro? Bill and Sevan should do a remake of Arnold Danny DeVito movie Twins. Yes. Only because now I know how tall Bill Grundler actually is. That would be fucking amazing.
He talked about it for like 2 takes on the mic or whatever. He was like, yeah. And Sevan was like, what does he say? That Sevan's like, I'm the prototype, and then they made you.
And then they made a real man. And like, I don't know.
But it was cool because the second day also too, Bill's standing off. So they have a garage door in the front part, and then they have a garage door on the other side too. So Bill's just standing over there, just hanging out, waiting for the next time that he needs to be on the mic or whatever. And I could go over, like lean over, catch eyes, and wave to him wave to me and be like, can you come take a picture? And he did. And then he stood and talked to us for a little bit. And then him and Kenneth started talking. Like it's so cool to just be able to, for me, you've been following Sevan and his crew specifically for a very long time. I'm new to that crew. But for me, meeting Bill in person and being able to just have conversations with him and feel to the point where it's like, hey, can I just get a quick picture with you and whatever? For me was like, holy shit. Like we've met.
Let me answer this real quick, and then I have a question. Where did you fly out of? MacArthur. I don't like LaGuardia or JFK because so many. It's just so many people and so many exits and so many gates and so many whatever. So we flew out of Islip, which is way easier. Do you think that? And I'll even ask this to you guys in the chat, because as I'm looking at the chat, this is kind of chat royalty that's happening right now. So I'll even ask this to the chat. Do you guys? Because I don't even think that the crew, like Sevan and his crew, know, like Will, like even to Will Brandstetter, Rios, like do they even know how much like they mean to people? And you guys in the chat too. Like again, I say if you've followed Sevan for any length of time, if you're in his everyday podcast and you follow the chat and whatever, like we know your names. Like if I ever went anywhere, like Jeremy World was like, yo, I'm Jeremy World. Dude, I know you. I've heard you call in to the show. You know what I mean? I know you guys. Whether it's because you have been so awesome and come into our chat, or whether because I've seen you in Sevan's chat, because that shit's a skill. To be in the chat is a fucking skill. So I wonder if you guys even know how kind of much you mean to us on the outside that we're not in the chat, right? We're not like it's kind of crazy, like extra sloppy. You got Mrs. Sloppy. Like I know y'all's backstories. You know what I mean? Because I've watched so much and it for so long. So you know what I mean? I kind of think they didn't even know how much like they mean to us or how big of fans we are, or like Dick Butter. Come on.
It's always funny when you say his name.
And Brandon Lecoq. Where's Brandon Lecoq at right now? You know what I mean? Like you guys have done that, and it's very cool. And it just, if I go to an event, do I want to get Bernie Gannon's autograph? Do I want to get Judy's, Dick Butters, like extra slop, like even Sabir and Kelly? Like you know the names. It's not like you don't. So I wonder if they even know how. Yeah, Sevan is my surrogate dad. Oh, Vindicate. Everyone is accessible, and anyone in the space who isn't better wake up and realize there will be a day when nobody is going to. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's almost like you're friends. Like even though I haven't met you yet, like I know you. You know my backstory. You know my backstory. I've paid attention to y'all. Sevan is my surrogate dad. Yeah, Bernie and Shaq.
I think he is for a lot of people, Kenneth. I don't think you're alone on that one.
The chat definitely has a wide range of and the funny thing is too, with all of the wide ranges of personalities that you guys have, you're all still willing to talk to each other. I mean, there's some people that you're not, right? Like there's some people that not, but for the most part, all of your conversations, like you guys, it doesn't, like you're willing to talk to each other. And it's very cool. So I
just think it's a reminder of, we see them in this star quality. Shout out to Vindicate shirts. These are awesome. If you didn't see, he's going to do a pre-order because everybody's been asking about them. These shirts are fucking awesome. I like the material too, Vindicate, of this one. I don't know if it's different. It feels a little bit different than the other ones, but I think that and it's funny because I know we haven't really talked about this part yet, where Tyler was talking about us on the recap, the night show, that because Sevan wasn't there at one point. He couldn't be there because his son had jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. And of course, we got brought up and Tyler was talking about us and whatever. And Sevan had asked how you were doing, with all the attention and all the people and stuff like that and whatever.
That was weird.
And it makes me laugh a little bit and smile a little bit because Tyler was saying that like I was the one that was more social. What? Go ahead, baby, before I start talking.
No. Jeremy will love everyone in the chat minus Weed, Lang, and Jeff. I really love that. Okay, but see, I don't even know if you're serious or you're not serious. Like, do you really not like them, or do you really like them? Because I don't know. Like you can't tell with you guys. Like you guys are so cool with each other that I don't even know. You forgive each other so much and let each other talk about
everything.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was a good weekend.
We're almost done.
Kenneth Lap new Vindicate material is Chef's Kiss.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
It is. What Jeff actually does make me laugh though. Yeah. So does Weed, for real. I mean, it was a great time. It was super fun. And what you guys have. Want to say hi? What?
Hi.
He just saw the picture of him and Kyra. That's what he was looking at. That's what he was smiling at.
So yeah, it was. Nope.
6 to
Hey,
1.
nope.
We're almost done.
5 minutes, homie. 5 minutes.
Let me know when you're done.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Let me know how the Mets are doing.
That's probably what he came to tell you.
Probably.
We're still in the lead 6 to 3.
Oh, we're still in the lead 6-3.
There you go.
Fire. Let's
There you
go.
go.
Okay.
But no, like them just talking about how like I'm the one that seems like the more social one, and I'm the one that seems the most just chill and whatever. And for me, that I think is the biggest compliment that I can get from this whole experience, and probably is the number one thing that I have gotten from this podcast experience. And Tyler's right. Like this was your first love first, and it took me a minute to follow with you on this journey. But now that I'm with you, I'm like, well, fuck it. If we're doing it, then we're getting on a goddamn plane. Let's go. We're getting on a plane and we're doing this and we're doing this. And, you know, to be able to support you and to support this and do this together.
Ouch.
I grew up in a Yankee house too. It's okay, Josh. But I was not this girl for a very, very long time. I was not. I would not be the one that was going to be able to look at somebody like Bill Grunler and be like, "Oh, he's a human." It's cool, and I fan out to him as a fan of the sport and watching him and listening to him and whatever, but he's a human. He's a person, and I also want to have conversations with him as a person. So to have the confidence enough to meet him on this podcast, invite him to come back. He's willing to come back, and then meet him in person. And he acts the same way in person as he did on the podcast. Like, and it feels like we've known him forever. It feels like you can just chop it up with whatever comes up and whatever.
But I think that's the beauty of what that they have cultivated. And I'm again, including the chat.
Mhm.
They've made it so that it is that way. Like you can reach out to them. You can talk to them. You can like, it's so different. I would never go to a freaking, professional football game and think I'm going to talk to, athletes or commentators because I have commentators I love too. Out of, you know what I mean? I'm not going to go find the Manning brothers or Tony Romo and they're not even ones I actually like, but you know what I'm saying? But they've made it that way so that you can. JR made Crash so that you can go talk to them. It's if you wanted to tap one of them on the shoulder and be like, "Yo, what's up?" Draw your dagger.
Every person.
Yeah,
every person. You know what I mean? Like, and again, Ortega's working, and he came over and made a point to just come over and chop it up for 2 seconds and then go back out and do what he was doing.
Yeah.
Matt Souza took the time to talk to us and actually have a conversation with us. Tyler Watkins, Bill Grunler, like JR. At one point, JR, we were having a conversation. JR was just walking by, and we just wanted to thank him. You thanked him for everything. Thank you so much for this experience. Like, thanks so much for doing this so that we can be here and whatever. And then we just started he just was like, "Oh my God, like it's fine. It's cool. Whatever."
And he was like, "Hold on. I got to go do something. I'll be right back." And then he literally was right back.
Came back and had the, and continued the conversation.
Yeah.
The man that is the busiest here.
He's running the show.
The time to talk to us.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Jeremy World. I don't really plan on going to the games. I mean, she just got me to fly on the same coast that I'm on. I don't know.
I think the games for us, one, would cost a lot more money.
Yeah.
And two, I think for the type of people that we are, and also we always travel with our kid.
Yeah, I think Jody asked or somebody asked us how he dealt with it. He did really well with the amount of people that were there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He did good. It was a long day.
Lot. Yeah.
And we got in late the first night. So the next morning we were up early. And so by the end of the first night he was a little testy. He was a little, he was got a little testy with me and at some points and whatever. And, but then we let him sleep in the next morning. So we didn't get there probably until about 9:30. And I think the event started at like 8:45 or whatever. So we got there much later, took our time. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. So I think for us, the games would be too much for us. But I think that Crash might be the perfect balance between again, not saying that we don't want to see certain athletes.
I would like to go to whatever. I don't know what the East Coast semifinal is.
Syndicate.
Oh, yeah, Syndicate.
So like maybe Syndicate
that.
might be our next one that's
a
little bit bigger.
Guys, you got to ease me into this. I need a little like tender loving care. I got to like, you know what I mean?
TLC.
Like I need a little TLC.
Little TLC. So
but, yeah. If the games move back to Dick Butter, if the games move back to Wisconsin, you can stay. I don't know if you're talking to us, but if you are, that's awesome. And I'd love to meet you. Just like Omar, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome seeing the Sevanverse grow in what they love to do. Yeah. Literally watching them work and move and all the moving pieces that they had this weekend to be able to make that work. It's insane. I don't know how Souza's not in an ice bath somewhere with like, I don't know what.
Kenneth gets it.
Don't overwhelm her too quickly. She'll never come back. Yeah. I'm trying. I'm trying over here. But yeah, it was really cool to watch them,
But ultimately at the end of the day, like I was saying, it's not that we weren't there. Like I think the cherry on top was getting to meet the athletes. The real reason that we went to Crash and the real reason that I really pushed her to go to Crash is to meet all of the crew.
Yeah.
Because they're all there. Not saying that they're not going to be Brady Gannon.
God damn it. We're trying to have a minute. Bernie again, I think Butter's invitation was extended to all of us like a titty party.
Well, listen, I'm sorry, not sorry. With a name like Dick Butter, I don't know what you're expecting other than a comment like Bernie had. But again, the reason that I really, really, really pushed you to go to Crash was to meet the crew. I'm not saying that it wouldn't be possible that, or I'm not saying it's not like they're not at the games, but the games is such a bigger scale that there's so many more places that they have to cover. Crash is the most intimate place that they were all going to be where you can meet them. And the only person that we were missing was Sevan. And
I mean, that's really like, if you wanted to.
Yeah, he was the only one that wasn't there.
Everybody was there.
So, but also too, even if we were to go to the games, you're not going to see him. We might see him for like 2 seconds. But for something like that, I would rather try to find a place that's and spin. Yeah, Kenneth, you're right. And spin.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Is to try to find a little bit smaller of a place, because with something like that, I mean, and you can speak to this obviously more than I can, because your friendship with Sevan is something that like meeting him in person would be very, very cool.
Yeah.
And I think not saying, we've met Hiller. Kenneth, we've met Hiller when he came to Chief Nation.
Yeah, he went to Chief Nation.
We met him with.
He still has to sign the shirt, though.
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't signed the shirt. Yeah, I didn't have that idea back then.
But I feel like, I mean, again, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like if you were going to have the opportunity to meet Sevan, you would want to do it in a little bit more of a smaller space where you could have the opportunity to actually talk to him for more than 5 seconds.
I swear to God, I don't think Sevan and I will ever meet. He doesn't.
He
like
might
to
be
fly.
the lone star. That's not.
He does, and now it's kind of like a what's that? Like, it's a lucky. What's the thing where like you don't wash your socks or you don't, you know what I mean?
Well, like
superstition. You know what I mean?
Oh, you can't meet him in
like,
person.
It's almost like I can't meet him in person, like because it's lucky if I don't kind of thing. But he doesn't fly. I don't really fly. I'm probably not gonna fly to California for any reason whatsoever.
That one might be a little bit more of a difficult, more of a difficult flight to get her on. But I mean, I would love to meet him, but I just think it's going to be that thing. Like, it's going to be that, I've said it on multiple podcasts, but it's going to be that thing where like, if I do meet him, his head's just going to be in my boobs and I'm just going to hug him. But like, I think that's just supposed to be the superstition thing. Like, it's like, I want that picture where you're hugging him and then like you take a picture and like, you can't see him or his head is just right here. And he like holds on a little bit longer than he's supposed to.
It was cool. Yeah, if you can't go to the games, or if you want a fan experience and you want to be able to just like
But
fan
also just hang.
like
Just I felt like
where the fuck does this happen? I just want to like here. Like when does this happen? Like where do you just like end up somewhere and
Yep.
that shit happens? You know
Yep.
what I mean?
She did good. She
It's-
asked Angelo DeChico
I
all
did.
by herself.
And look at his fucking shirt. Like,
Yep.
go ahead, bro.
Yep.
I'm about that life.
She
Like,
did.
and
She asked.
he is fire. Like, it was fire. It
Yep.
was, and that shit just doesn't happen. And it's because of the space that you guys have made, and it's very cool.
But that's what I'm saying.
So-
If we were to go to the games, we wouldn't have had opportunities like that. We wouldn't have had space like that to be able to meet people, to say hello to people, to take a picture with them. And again, it like with someone like Angelo, for instance, you took a picture with him, you saw him for the rest of the weekend, but it wasn't like one of those things where you had the chance to talk to him again.
Yeah.
You just kind of passed each other.
It was
You
great.
knew you both saw each other, and it was the same thing with Dallin. It was the same thing with Hopper. It was like,
It was
I mean,
super nice.
you saw them twice, like, or you saw Hopper twice because you were with the baby when he got the card signed.
Yeah, it was cool.
But it like I only saw them both once.
But it like to be able to do that, like super cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
And I don't think we could do it at the games, but
thank you, J.R. Howell. Thank you,
Yes.
the Sevanistas. Thank you, the Sevan podcast.
Here you go. Here
yeah.
you go on live camera. I'm gonna say it right now.
I'm
gonna say it right now.
Oh.
Thank you, Sevan Matosian, for loving my wife and being a really, really cool friend to my wife. Because without your friendship, she never would have had the courage to do this. And even though I wasn't on board in the beginning, I see how much that this platform and this crew and your chat and your community that you have created, how much it has helped her grow as a person, as a wife, as a mother. And you are a true reason as to why
You're a
chose to
true
do this.
gentleman. That's what she's trying to say. You're a true gentleman.
You did that. So I appreciate you a lot for just being there with her and for her. And that's why we're here. And that's why we were able to have this opportunity. So just wanted to give him a live
You made
shout
Dick Butter
out
cry. Don't make Dick Butter cry.
and just say that I appreciate everything that he's done for you, because I see what it's done. So, and we're just thankful for all of you guys, and
Yeah, love you
appreciate
guys.
you guys. So
You really are cool, and thank you so much for making everything so much fun all the
Mhm.
time. And can't wait for the next go round. So Bam, that's awesome. Oh, there's a new character. Bam. That's awesome, ladies. Cool.
wow, Vindicate.
Damn, the show got gay. Well, we are gay. Like, I don't
mean,
Yeah.
are you new here?
you spent 72 hours with us. Like, what the fuck? Yes, it got gay. And like, I'm the butch one. I didn't have feelings.
I did.
The lipstick one had feelings.
I am not
wasn't
lipstick.
me.
I'm
Chapstick.
chapstick. Remember?
Whatever. Okay, fine. But no,
Jeremy, there's no way that I can get her on a plane to go to Rogue this year.
No,
There's
not this year.
No way.
No.
There's no way.
Again, you got to ease me. It can't be the exerciser. It's got to be the minimizer, and we got to work on it.
Oh, well, thanks for commenting, Bam. It's nice to meet you, and I appreciate you supporting us.
Oh, we
Bruce,
appreciate you.
Bruce, you're always late. We're about to leave.
Yeah, bro. But yeah. So yeah, we're getting back into political shit, and I'm sure we'll have some we'll have some good guests lined up coming up. So, and then the boys will be back in town at the end of the month, so we can just
again. I'm still trying to sell my seat for that show.
No,
so if
she
anybody
can't.
wants to jump on and take my seat, I am trying to sell my seat for that show.
No.
So I have offered it to Jersey Joe, and he has said yes, but my wife will not let me.
Nope.
Will not let me.
You have to be on at least one. Then you can sell your seat if you want to, but no.
I told you, I'm just going to laugh the whole time, and it's going to completely take away.
Dude, Kenneth, that girl, oh my God. We're going to do a whole show on this too, but get that Mercedes chick. She's lost her fucking mind. Like that. I don't know what happened, but she really she had a whole we'll recap that at another day, but she's not okay right now. Shit's happening.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get back on the
And
don't worry, political train
hope-
shortly. But
I mean, I hope that all of the rumors going around aren't true. I think that we had great conversations with her, and I think that she brought
I hope that
a lot of perspective
Yeah.
or whatever. But from the rumors that are going around,
she wasn't
she's
real.
not.
Yeah.
She's not true to the persona that she, I guess, portrays,
it was
which is
for
sad.
social media,
But
what it looks like, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
The Mercedes in the
It
shop.
doesn't look great.
Yeah.
And I know you haven't talked to her in a while.
No.
She hasn't really answered you anymore for a while.
I have to check with some of the sources that I have in Gays Against Groomers and stuff like that. But
Mercedes Chandler, who we had on before with Super Awesome. Super Awesome is great. I know you guys have
Super
asked
Awesome
about her a little bit.
She's
Great, but she's busy. She's doing a lot of different things. She's doing well.
She's doing great.
Yeah, we send her send her a lot of love, and she connects and checks in with you every once in a while. But she's just really too busy right now.
You ever have a middle-aged half black guy on? I know a guy. Well, a middle-aged half black chick. So if you want to chop it up, we can chop it up
anytime. Yep.
But yeah, so but yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of stuff. Pretty sure we're gonna.
Oh geez, chick.
Hey.
I read your title as my wife was in a plane crash.
Oh
no, she's fine. She's good.
No,
she's good.
I know. My wife got me on a plane crash recap. Oh, my bad.
Quick read. Quick read. Yep.
I'll fix that. That's not good. That's not okay.
No, we're good. Everybody's okay. Everybody's okay.
Yeah. So we'll be back. It's it's election time. We're gonna be in it. It's all good. So but
yeah, Jody was on with us. Judy doesn't want to.
Judy didn't want to. Jody has been on with us. So
Judy won't hang with us.
Yeah, I know. We're trying to, just like I'm trying to get Bernie, because Bernie, I want him to come do a political show with me, but I'm trying. Go bug Bernie. And
Bernie's gonna be like, delete. I don't like.
I'm trying to get I have to get Vindicate back on so we can call another show or another live thing together. But yeah, Judy, I'm shy. Not in my DMs. You're not shy. No, I'm just kidding. I love you. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm giddy. It was a great weekend. I had a wonderful weekend with all my friends. It was awesome. Shut up, honey. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yes, it was a great weekend, and I'm so glad that we went. And so, okay, guys, until next time.
We love you.
Bye.
Thank you for hanging out. Jesus. Love you, Judy. Bye.